Hi there. You must be here to meet the new pastor. You're a little bit early. He should be here in a few minutes, though. I just need to finish up some last-minute details on the spread here. Everything has to be just perfect. New pastor and all. I sure hope this new pastor works out. We've had some trouble in the past. They never seem to stay long. They either leave or we have to make them leave. You can't get good help these days. Seems like only yesterday the last pastor came here. Now that was a reception. Oh, I don't mean it was fancy or anything. It was the usual food and decorations. It was just very different. It's hard to explain. Let's just say it was something unexpected for everyone involved. Yeah, seems like only yesterday he walked in here. He had no idea what he was in for. But then, neither did we. Now, where did the toothpicks go? Because I was sure I had put them out. Well, I'll go get them. You enjoy the show.
Sir, do you need help? Are you okay? Do you need a doctor or something?
What's all the racket? Can a man sleep?
Are you okay? I thought you were hurt.
You a doctor?
No, I'm the new pastor here at this church. William Goode, when I saw you there, I thought you were,
I know. You thought I was begging. Well, you don't have to throw me out, because I knows the way.
Oh, no, you got me all wrong. I'm not throwing you out. Sleep in the bushes as long as you want. I don't care.
Thought you said you was the parson here.
No, I'm the pastor, new pastor here, but listen, I don't mind you sleeping in those bushes. Once I get settled in here, I'll see if I can maybe get you a couch or, well, maybe even a bed to sleep on.
Why, that's mighty fine of you there, Mr. Glad.
Oh, that's good.
Well, I think it's good too. I just said so.
No, the name is Goode, William Goode, and your name, sir?
I'm soused.
I'm sorry, sir. Listen, I don't mean to be judging, but drinking to an excess is a serious issue that can...
No, my name is Soused. Ernest Soused. But most folks, they call me Lee, because that's my middle name.
Ernest Lee Soused?
Sort of fits, don't it?
Mr. Soused, when was your last meal?
Well, I don't know. What day is it?
Well, I'll tell you what. When the church office here opens in an hour, I'm going to get inside and see if I can get you a meal, okay?
Well, I've laid around here most weekends, and on Mondays, somebody usually comes by and throws me out. This is the first time anyone's offered me a meal.
Well, listen, that's the least I can do. After all, you are my neighbor.
Neighbor? Say, are you that guy lives in that dumpster over behind Big Lots?
No. What I mean is, we're all neighbors, like the story of the Samaritan.
Sam who?
The Samaritan, you know, the Samaritan that found the injured man and helped him. He didn't help him because he was a friend of his or because he knew him. He helped him because he needed the help.
Say, if you're the pastor here, how comes you don't have a key? Don't they trust you?
Well, I just arrived at this church today. They haven't even seen me yet.
Well, they've seen me. Hope they treat you better. There's this one guy comes by to wake me up, steps on my hand and says, "This is a house of God, not a flop house." Then there's this old lady.
What does she do?
She just goes tiss, tiss, tiss and points her nose up in the air. Kind of insulting, really.
You know, I'm sorry to hear that they are treating strangers in need that way.
Well, I wouldn't worry none if I was you, seeing how you're a new pastor and all dressed up.
Well, see, that's the problem. We shouldn't treat others just based on their outward appearance. After all, we're all brothers. We're supposed to look out for one another.
Thought you said we was neighbors.
Well, same thing. You know, we have a responsibility to look out for one another, not judge each other. And you know, I just arrived here today and they haven't even met me yet. And, well, they're planning this large reception probably with a lot of food and stuff. And, you know, the district assigned me here. They don't know anything about me. You know, not all pastors are the same. I might be a mass murderer.
Well, it's a good thing you came here then.
Why is that?
This here ain't a Catholic church. There's no mass.
Hey, listen, I've got an idea. What would happen if I showed up here dressed like you, for instance, and, well, you showed up dressed like me? I wonder if they would treat us different just based on our clothing.
Well, it makes sense, don't it?
No, it doesn't. Don't you see? They don't know either of us, and yet they have this preconceived notion based on our outward appearance. Jesus never looked at anyone based on their outward appearance. He said, "Beware of false prophets who come to you in sheep's clothing and yet inwardly are raging wolves."
Well, I don't know if you're making much sense right now, but I'm getting kind of hungry. I think I'll go over to the Stop and Go and see if that snack delivery guy's got any day-old stuff he's going to throw out.
Wait a minute, wait. Is that what you eat? Stuff that people throw out?
Well, it ain't so bad. I mean, when the Burger Land closes at midnight, I get the leftover fries. Sometimes a burger or two.
I'll tell you what, let's go to breakfast.
Well, okay. There's usually not enough for me, but if you're hungry, I'm willing to share.
No, what I mean is, let's go to breakfast and I'll buy. Where's a good restaurant to go to?
Well, there's a Dave Massage, the Snooze around the corner, a couple places, a couple blocks away. But then again, there's that family restaurant around on 5th. That's more your speed.
Lead on, sir, and while we're having breakfast, I've got a proposition for you. You remember that idea I had just a few minutes ago?
No?
Well, I'll explain it to you. This could prove to be a very interesting day.
Well, it seems that Ernest and William did make some plans, and it sure did surprise everyone. At the same time, the people of the church were making some plans of their own. They wanted everything to be just perfect for the new pastor. Sort of getting off on the right foot, so to speak. Funny, isn't it? How we'll clean up and make everything fancy for someone we've never even met before. Sort of like pretending to be in good health before going to a new doctor, or cleaning your house before a new maid comes over. Kind of silly, isn't it? Well, everyone was in for some excitement. I don't think the church was ready for what the new pastor had planned, and whatever he was expecting in a new church, let's just say everyone had an eye-opening experience ahead. And if I don't want to surprise myself, I will get this buffet set up before everyone arrives. I'll finish up. You enjoy the show.
What did I tell you about staying out of the food table? No. It's for the new pastor. Out. I must say, though, I think the decorations look fantastic. He's going to be really impressed.
I hope everything goes okay. You know, this is the fifth pastor since I've been here.
Well, in my day, people stayed where they were supposed to and didn't go running off all the time. These pastors these days, I just don't know.
Well, Estelle.
What?
They didn't just go running off. One of them died. and the other one, he had to move back home to Paducah to take care of his sick mother.
But the other three, there was just no stick-to-itiveness anymore.
Well, you know, if I recall correctly, they were asked to leave.
My point exactly. They knew what we wanted in a pastor. It's their fault, not ours. Imagine having that Saturday night revival with all those screaming teenagers and that rock and roll music. No.
Well, you know, we lost a good pastor over that one.
Martin, anyone who uses contemporary music during a Sunday worship is not my idea of a good pastor. Bongos in church? Oh, please.
Well, then what about Brother Samuel?
Seriously, Martin? What? Seriously. Do you remember the summer dress-down services, Martin? Do you? Do you remember how people showed up in whatever they liked? Do you remember Hawaiian Sunday, Martin? Grass skirts on the choir? No. Mm-mm.
Well, then Brother Robert, surely he was...
He was divorced. Any man who can't handle his own family has no business being a pastor of a church.
Well, Estelle, all I know is this pastor, he comes highly recommended. I'm sure he'll do fine.
Let's hope so.
Hello? Hey.
Hello.
Is the new pastor here yet?
Well, not yet, but any minute, though.
Well, I hope he's not no old stick in the mud. The last pastor wouldn't even let me take the youth to Disneyland.
Well, why not?
Because Donald Duck doesn't wear pants.
Seriously, Maxine? You're all right with characters running around without clothes on? Is that your idea of a church ministry? For children, Maxine?
Well, Estelle, the preschoolers have a cage full of bunnies down in their classroom, and guess what? They don't wear pants either. We'll see about that.
It's funny to you? Keep your hands off the table.
Sometimes I wonder why she even comes to church at all. She doesn't seem to like anything we do here.
Well, just don't have any bongos in the Sunday service and you'll be just fine.
Yeah, I've been meaning to ask you about that. Ever since I got here, I've heard about the bongo story. What's up with the bongos?
Well, it seems the last youth pastor, he was fired for having bongos in the church service.
Actually, he was asked to leave, not fired. And it was the Saturday night youth concert revival that did it. But the bongo incident surely didn't help.
Well, how about regular drums? Would that be okay?
You better just stick to organ and piano.
That's right.
Okay, so no drums.
No.
Anything else I should know?
Yes, the last youth director, he got fired for taking the kids to Hooters on the way back from Six Flags.
Did that really happen?
Now that I can understand.
I know.
So, did that really happen?
That really happened, but nobody would have known about it except the Sunday school director was there and he saw them.
What was he doing there?
Lunch! They asked him to leave too.
Yikes.
Well, I sure do hope that this new pastor is a good one.
Yeah, what's his name anyway?
Will he be good?
Yeah, that's what I was asking.
No, what's his name?
Will he be good?
Well, we hope so, but we won't know till he gets here. But what's his name?
Will he be good? That is his name.
Ah,
Okay.
Maxine, Steve, Martin,
Bob.
Estelle.
Hi.
How is everyone?
Good.
Good.
Estelle, why so glum? It's Christmas time and the new pastor will be here any minute. Cheer up.
Robert, do you know that they have rabbits in the preschool room?
No, Estelle, but it's okay, isn't it?
No, it is not okay, Robert. They do not have any clothes on. What are we teaching our children, Robert?
Estelle, when they go on field trips to the zoo, we don't phone ahead and make sure they put pants on the monkeys.
They go to the zoo? How long has this been going on? Oh!
Hey, look at the time. Lots to do. Gotta go. See you later.
This isn't over. Get back here, young man. You're in trouble. You're in trouble too.
Hi, guys. Hi, you guys.
Wow, Barbara, you're looking lovely today.
Thanks. Mother thought I should get dressed up a bit.
I can't believe your mother let you do that to her.
Well, Mother thinks first impressions are very important. Young ladies in my day were more presentable when meeting the pastor. We wouldn't want him to think you're a common tramp now, would we?
Well, I've seen you in jeans, and you're a lot more presentable.
Thanks, Steve. You better watch it, you two, or she's gonna see you.
Wait a minute, who will see?
Her mother, she doesn't think I should be dating Barbara. I'm not good enough for her. She should be marrying some rich doctor or lawyer or something.
Oh, Steve, she just wants what's best for me.
Well, I think I'm what's best for you. If she doesn't like it, she can...
Yes, Steve, just remember what we've talked about.
Okay.
Hey, everyone. The new pastor's here. I just saw him heading towards the office.
All right, let's go. Let's get ready.
I'd forgotten how we used to go through church staff like some people use up paper towels. Sometimes they barely get settled in and whoosh, off they go. And the sad part is they were all trying their best. Not one of them came here to cause problems. You know, sometimes I think we would kick Jesus himself off the membership care committee for letting people eat without washing their hands. Oh, and don't even get the worship committee started on how he picked grain on the Sabbath. I don't know. I guess nothing anyone ever does is good enough for some people. Which reminds me, someone put regular napkins on this table I mean, that's fine for potlucks and all. But the new pastor? I'm sure we have some nicer ones around here somewhere. Enjoy the show.
Nice. They've really put out the good stuff. Usually the larger the reception spread, the more demanding the church. I would say, looking at all of this, they're really tough on pastors. Uh-oh. Bacon-wrapped chestnuts. I'm in trouble. Now, where to sit? Let's see. So they won't see me. Nope. No, that's not going to work either. Aha. I'll sit back here and then I can watch them for a while.
Reverend Goode, it is so nice to have a man of your reputation come to our church. Why, when I think of your accomplishments, I can't help but think that the former church is just so sad to have had you leave.
Well, that was nice of them.
Okay, well, anyway, I was wondering, it seems to me that I've seen you somewhere before. Have you ever been to Boston?
No.
So, Reverend Goode.
Please call me Will.
Will, what are your thoughts of music as part of the worship service?
Oh, well, let's see. What are your thoughts?
Well, I think worship is nothing without music. Make a joyful noise, I always say.
Me too.
Reverend, Will, what are your thoughts on preschool?
Well, preschool. I went to pastor school, not preschool.
No. School for little ones. 1, 2, 3-year-olds, like that.
Oh, well, they much too young to go to any type of divinity type school. They have to finish high school first.
Maybe I'm not explaining myself well. How about daycare?
I'm sure they care very much. But they still have to finish high school first.
Excuse me a moment, will you?
Yes, Reverend Goode, I'm sure Robert here can regale you with many, many tales. What is going on over here? Get rid of this guy.
Me?
I don't care.
Oh, I'll take care of it.
Seriously, Maxine, we just got a new pastor. I'm sure the sight of a mature woman throwing a bum out on his can is not what he wants to see.
You mean old woman, don't you? Why, you don't think I can handle it?
Maybe
Why,
I don't.
in my day, I handled it.
Ladies, he's looking this way. We gotta do
I'll send Bob over. I'll distract him. Get rid of him.
Yes, ma'am.
What's that supposed to mean? Just go. Okay. Bob, don't you have something to do? So, Reverend Goode, tell me about St. Louis.
Saint who? I'm not very good on saints. I do know St. Nicholas, though.
Oh, how droll. No. I mean, St. Louis, where you came from, the First Baptist Church of St. Louis?
Oh, yes. California's such a wonderful place.
California? I thought St. Louis was in Missouri.
Oh, which is why I'm glad they sent me there. I never lived in the East before.
I thought St. Louis was in the Midwest.
Which is why I'm glad they didn't send me there. Enough about me, but what do you do?
Me? Oh, Reverend. Well, I'm a member of several civic organizations. I joined them after my husband passed. And, well, anyway, I decided to keep busy, and so...
Is there something going on?
I joined the Symphony Club and the Garden Club and many other clubs that...
I think there's something going on.
Oh, Reverend, you're so funny. Let's go to the kitchen and see the new blender. It's so cute. I've always wanted a new blender, and so therefore, when I went to the garden...
What are you doing to that man?
We were just...
What man?
We were just helping this poor unfortunate to the door.
No, we weren't. No, we weren't.
Wake up!
Maxine,
Their time's over.
No one's there.
You're gonna be late for whatever it is.
Maxine?
You're gonna be late for.
It's a rug.
It's not either, Stella.
Is this man a member of your church?
No.
Does anybody, is he just a guy wandered in here? Is that it?
Yeah.
Does anybody know his name, or is he hurt?
Yeah,
or
there's
does
somebody there.
Sir, you're in the First Bible Church of Pottersville. Are you hurt? What? Do you need some help? Can I get you something?
What? Something to drink would be good.
Yeah.
Well, you probably just want a bottle of gin or something.
Here. Drink this. Excuse me, man. Can he have his hand back, please?
Ow.
Thank you.
How embarrassing for me.
Can we get you anything else?
No, we can't.
Yeah,
No, we
maybe
can't.
some.
Say, are those bacon-wrapped chestnuts?
No, they sure are. Come on.
You wouldn't believe how hungry I am.
Yeah.
Reverend, we have a number of community organizations for that kind of time.
Nonsense. We got all this food. We'll just share.
But if you feed him, he'll stay. We'll never get rid of him.
Perhaps Estelle is right. Don't feed him.
Yes.
Be reasonable. He could be wanted for something. He might be a murderer.
Yes, I see. Perhaps we should call the police?
Yes. Have the ruffian thrown in jail.
Estelle. That's a little bit harsh, don't you think? We throw him in jail.
No, I don't.
Well, at least he'd get a few good meals.
Guys, I think we should just give him a break.
Barbara, what are you doing here? Go home. Go home right now.
Mother, he just came to a church, the Lord's house, in need of help.
Right, he's a lost lamb, a prodigal son. And all we can do is say throw him out or call the police?
Oh, for Pete's sake! All this fuss about a hooligan. I'm telling you what, you people don't understand what's going on here at all. We cannot have men like him hanging around here. You understand?
You know what'll happen?
What?
I mean, first it's drunks, and then it's drug addicts.
Yes.
Drug addicts. And then who knows who else could do
Perhaps sinners.
Sinners! Right? Yeah.
Perhaps sinners.
What?
Walk right through that door.
Where?
Start hanging around in the sanctuary and perhaps even in the Sunday school classes. Before you know it, we'd have sinners all over the place in a church of all places.
It's disgraceful.
Estelle, I see what he means.
Oh, thank goodness, Juliet.
Think of the church
Yes.
as a hospital. God's hospital. How would a hospital work if all the sick people were kept out?
Juliet, this is a church, not a rescue mission.
For I was hungry and you gave me food. For I was thirsty and you gave me drink. I was a stranger and you welcomed me.
Wait a minute. What do you mean?
It's what Jesus said. When you do it to the least of my brethren, you do it to me. We are doing this for Jesus, not a drunk.
Actually, I'm sober right now, if that makes any difference.
Go away. This doesn't concern you.
Estelle, that doesn't make any sense.
Look, our mission is to spread the gospel, isn't it? Well, this certainly looks like someone who could use a good dose of that right now.
Fine. Let's give him the gospel. There's some extra copies in the library. He can read it outside.
Oh, what? Mother, we can't just throw the book at him. Remember the Ethiopian on the road to Jerusalem who said, "How can I understand what I'm reading unless someone shows it to me?"
What?
Philip knew that the man was right, and so he taught him what Isaiah meant. Shouldn't we do the same? Not just spread the word, but actually show it to people so they know what it means.
All this fuss over a homeless drunkard.
I'm not drunk.
Look at your hat. Your clothes. It's obvious you're a bum, okay?
No, he's not. He's your new pastor.
What?
He's correct. I am the new pastor.
Yeah, right. Then why are you dressed like that?
Well, I wanted to see how you treat strangers. And it's kind of hard to tell when everybody is all dressed up and on their best behavior. I wanted a candid look at each one of you.
Well, wherever did you get those filthy rags?
Those would be mine. This fella here suggested that we trade clothes this morning.
You. I knew I'd seen you before. You're that filthy animal that sleeps in the bushes all the time. You disgust me. You're that bum.
The
He's
bum?
disgraceful. Yes.
Wait, you're kidding.
Yes.
Yeah.
Remember the last November when you had the gardener water me? And you, when you stepped on my hand by accident?
I was just...
And you,
I didn't do anything.
didn't you?
What did she do?
Okay, I don't know what he's talking about.
You thought no one was looking.
What? What did she do?
Okay, who's going to believe this derelict? He obviously doesn't know what he's talking about.
Remember this?
Hey, was that in my pocket?
It's not mine. I don't know where he got it. Perhaps the blood bank. He's that thief, the blood bank thief.
Now, couple of months ago, when you thought no one was looking, you slipped it in my hand. Remember?
She probably thought you were the doorman.
And that's not all. She also said a prayer for me. A really nice prayer. She prayed that I find help, that I find peace. Oh, she also prayed for forgiveness. Remember?
I don't know what you're
Yeah,
talking
she
about.
she said, if there were less people in the world like you, there would probably be less people like me.
Hold it. Something doesn't make any sense here.
Yeah.
I'll say.
If she gave you that 5 2 months ago, why do you still have it?
Yeah.
Yeah, the liquor store's closed for the season or something?
I'll tell you why. He's not a poor, homeless guy.
What?
What do you mean?
Something's been bothering me for a while, but I haven't been able to put my finger on it until now. He may dress like a poor, homeless guy, but he doesn't act or talk like a man of the streets. Just who are you really?
Well, Estelle was right when she seen me before.
Well, yeah, you're that guy that sleeps in the bushes every weekend.
No, it was before that. 30 years ago, remember?
I don't know what you're talking about.
We were young. You, a bright, beautiful girl from a well-established family. Me, a poor bowling alley manager.
Ernest Soust?
Yes.
Can't be.
Remember how we met and fell in love?
At a bowling alley?
Yep.
Mother, you never let me go near bowling alleys. You say only tramps and troublemakers hang out there. Well, which one were you?
Barbara, we need to talk. I have something to tell you. I have something to tell all of you. I've had a rather difficult past. I wasn't always such a lady.
She bowled a 185 average.
Mother! Well, I guess now I can go bowling.
We'll talk later.
Well, what happened with you two?
Your grandparents didn't approve. They said we were young and foolish. They said I was ruining her life.
Ernest, I never thought that, never. And if you really loved me, why did you leave me?
He left you?
Without a word. Not even a goodbye. Why?
Your father caught me walking you home one evening after a date and gave me a good talking to.
What did he say?
Well, the usual. Stay away from my daughter or else. I ignored him. I was just a teenager. I knew everything. But there was something he said that caught my attention. Something I agreed with.
What?
He said that if I really loved you, not just a crush, but real love, I would let you go and give you the opportunity for something better. There I was working part-time in the bowling alley. No real prospects for the future. So I agreed. Why should you be with me and be stuck with me and be poor the rest of your life?
Oh, Ernest.
So I just made my way in the world, but I do have to ask you though, since I gave you that opportunity for something better, did you get it? Did you find that something better?
I thought I did. I married a rich man, and we were happy when we had Barbara, of course. And he treated us well. But money doesn't buy happiness. Oh, Ernest, if I could go back, if I could just turn back the clock, I'd run away from home. And I'd go with you. I wouldn't care about my inheritance. I wouldn't care about being poor as long as I could be with you. I'd be so happy to be Mrs. Ernest Soust.
Wait, Ernest Lee Soust?
That's my name.
The inventor of putt-putt bowling?
Yes.
You own all those putt-putt bowling courses?
That's true. It's all true.
Why, he's not poor. You guys, he's a millionaire. He's a millionaire.
Wait a minute, this doesn't make any sense.
What?
So you knew each other 30 years ago. You go away, become a millionaire. Fine, I get that, I guess. But then you show up 30 years later lying on the sidewalk?
About a year ago, I hired a detective to find out what happened to Estelle. His report wasn't very pleasant. He said she'd become a wealthy widow and bossed everyone around, constantly judging others and making their life miserable.
Sounds pretty accurate to me.
Yes, but that wasn't the one of the women I remembered. I knew that she couldn't have changed that much. So I decided to do a little detective work on my own.
So you laid around pretending to be homeless just so you could see what she's like?
Yes, and I found that when she's around others, she was cruel and proud. But when she was alone, she could be that loving young woman that I once knew.
Why was that?
Because I was afraid. I put up a front to protect myself.
From what?
From love. She loved once and I deserted her. She didn't want that to happen again, so she put up her defenses. Never again would she appear to be frail and weak. Why let others have that advantage? So she was determined to always be strong, always in charge.
Oh, Ernest, you always knew me better than anyone else.
And now that I found you, the real you, can I ask you something?
Yes.
Can you ever forgive me for leaving you 30 years ago? Can you give me that second chance?
The Bible does say to forgive.
Could I have the pleasure of having you for company tonight?
Yes. Only. Could you change your clothes? I'm sorry, I know.
Those aren't my real clothes. I'll go back to the hotel and change and come pick you up around 5. We'll go to a dinner and a show.
Okay.
Does that mean I get my suit back?
Sure, let's go change.
You know, it's so funny.
What?
All these years, I've been pretending to be somebody else because I was afraid of what you'd think, because I was afraid of you'd find out what I was really like.
Oh, honey, I've been around a long time. And some of the things that I did when I was young, why, when you've got some time, I've got some stories that'll curl your hair.
Yeah, you have been around a long time, Maxine. I just want to tell you guys, please forgive me. Forgive me for the way I've acted all these years. I'm so sorry.
Oh, Estelle, it's all right. Listen, I think this reception's about over. How about a little help cleaning up?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Estelle, can I ask you something?
Yes.
You know, when I took the youth to the beach trip, and all you could do was complain about those young people running around in those skimpy little bathing suits.
Yes, I remember, Maxine. What about it?
Well, somebody put $200 in the offering plate marked Youth Beach Trip. You wouldn't know anything about that now, would you?
Yeah, well, Maxine, the less you know about that, the better.
Well, I was planning on taking the youth next week to a concert, and we're a little low on gas money, and I was wondering if you could maybe complain about that too.
All right, Maxine, I'll complain about that too.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Steve, can I talk to you?
Yes.
I just wanted to tell you I don't want you to take my daughter to that donut shop anymore.
But
Here, I want you to take her someplace nice. Maybe that really snazzy restaurant over on 8th.
well, okay, thanks.
Steve, maybe you could take her bowling sometime too.
Okay. I won't let anything happen to her.
Thanks, Steve.
You see, we can wear disguises, fool some people. God knows what we're really like, who we really are. God knows those who have truly put their faith and trust in Him, and those who are just pretending. This Christmas season, it's easy to act like we're all true believers when we aren't believers at all. You see, we all celebrate that Jesus came to this earth to die on the cross for our sins. But how many have truly trusted in Him for the forgiveness of their sins? Why don't you quit the disguise? Come to God just as you are. And once you've received His precious gift of eternal life, don't be afraid to let your light shine so the whole world can see. Oh, well, it's almost time for the reception. I probably should head on out and wait for our new pastor. You know, I wonder what our new pastor will be like when he gets here. More important, though, I wonder what we'll be like